All right, check it out. Um, you know what, man? We knew, wasn't gonna be an easy game. You know what I'm saying? Um, but we knew we would make the plays we needed to make. That's what I'll say. Um, I thought the defense was good. I mean, there was some highlights and some lowlights. The kicker continues to be a concern, but I got to put my faith in him because that's what we have to move forward with. You're not going to replace him right now, and he did come through and make some kicks that he needed to make. So, shout out to him. Jalen Carter. I mean, come on, man. Gotta love the kid, man. I'm a big fan of his. I bought his jersey 3 weeks into the season last year, his rookie year, because I had seen all I needed to see back then. You know what I'm saying? So, but I did say, myself personally, coming into this season, if we were going to go anywhere and be a realistic threat to win it all, he had to be the best player on defense. And I think that's exactly what he was this year. Amazing game, a couple of sacks, forced fumble, tackles for loss. I mean, the boy was everywhere. And then when the game was on the line, he made the play. So can't say enough good things about Jalen Carter, man. And I especially like when he went up to Verse before the game to holler at him with that shit he was talking. So love Jalen Carter, man. AJ, yo, like I ain't never seen him drop balls like that. But nobody's perfect. I mean, but for the people that are going to bitch about Jalen's stat line, keep that in mind. You know what I mean? There was some key drops out there, and that one would have either been a touchdown or put you at the 1 yard line. So, I mean, I think Jalen and Josh Allen had identical stat lines last night. I think one was 127 yards, the other one was 128 yards. But Jalen did have the 70 yards rushing with the touchdown. He broke the game open first with the long run for a touchdown. So, come on, man. But we know what the narrative is going to be. Offensive line continues. I mean, Saquon, another juggernaut game. You know me, I call him the nuclear weapon. I mean, the boy is just, unbelievable. I mean, literally, like running us to the Super Bowl, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, running us literally to the Super Bowl. One more game at home at the Link against an opponent that I think we all wanted to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was praying to get Washington in these playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I got my wish. So, you know what I mean? And it's for the rights to go to the Super Bowl. So it don't get no better than that. Everything panned out. Don't get me wrong. It was a nip and tuck. It was a game that had you on the edge of your seat. Even when Saquon broke that 78-yard run for a touchdown, we go up 13 instead of 14 because the man missed another kick. But you felt like, okay, the game, that's it. But no, then they come right back down, and it turned into a game. So it was like, man, like they wouldn't go away. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Rams, man. So the stage is set. You know what I'm saying? You have your Final Four. And that's why I try to tell people, like, yeah, we didn't get the 1 seed, but don't act like you can't end up with it running through your city, because all it takes is for somebody to lose. And when Detroit going out there and losing, you run through Philly now. Like, you see what I'm saying? That's why you still compete. The 2 seed is not nothing to sleep on. I mean, I know they took the bye week away, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, again, I thought it was, a little up and down, but listen, we made the plays we needed to play in a nasty weather game because, that snow started coming down. And, man, it was nasty out there. So, and the fumble, with the Jalen Carter forced a fumble on the boy, and Isaiah Rodgers picked it up. I thought he was going to go all the way with it, but, he got it down to like the 10. That was huge because they had momentum going back that way. That was after the safety, which Jalen, he took some bad sacks, you know what I'm saying? We know he got hurt when they bent him back. You know what I'm saying? We'll see what his status is, whatever. I don't think he's going to miss the game, but he obviously was hurt, and he obviously had that knee brace on when he came back. So something to just keep your eye on. Zach Bond flying around, you know what I'm saying, like you always do. And the backup linebacker, Burks, man, let me give him a shout out, man, because he flies around. I like that kid. He flies around, man, makes plays, you know what I mean? I think he had 17 tackles in the last game of the season in that Giants game, you know what I mean? So, you know, he's not as good as N'Kobe, but he flies around with a reckless abandon and he hits people. So he also forced that fumble on the opening play of the Green Bay game last week. So shout out to Burks, man. I like that kid. Cooper DeJean do his normal thing. Quinyon going out is something to look at. I think I read he said he'd be okay, but that was huge. But that's where the GM come into play, because remember how he signed Rodgers, you know, last year while he was suspended, you know, when he got caught gambling and he was just out there. So how we picked him up, you know what I'm saying? Look, it's paying dividends now, because there's been games this season he had to come in, whether Slay went out or Quinyon go out. You know what I mean? He's the backup, so he played good. Now he pissed me off with that interception. He should have had him let the ball take out his hands. I'm like, yo, like, it's no way in the world. Like, that ball was in your hands. There's no way in the world that boy should have got that ball out your hands to the ground. But other than that, I thought he played a good game. Good team win, man. You know what I'm saying? Good team win. Saquon went crazy, man. Defense made the plays. You know what I'm saying? When they had to, they kept them in check. Then it got nasty, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, you got to do what you got to do, man, to get a W, man. I don't think the weather will be like that next week for the NFC Championship, but, you know what I'm saying? Do what we had to do, man. Do what we had to do. Jalen continued to make the plays he needed to make it. You know what I mean? No turnovers once again is critical. If you look at all the teams that turned the ball, it's teams that lost. The teams that turned the ball over this weekend is the ones that lost, man. Simple as that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know whichever way to tell y'all. Like, yo, the teams that turned the ball over, that's the teams that went home. So, I know, you know, I'm going to listen to this radio and the ESPNs and all this, and it's going to be a lot of shit talk and, but listen, your quarterback need to play a solid game. Don't turn the football over. Stick to the game plan. That's how you advance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because once again, we're going to see what they say about Josh Allen. Now, remember, he has identical stats to Jalen, minus the rushing. So we're going to see, you know what I mean, if he gets ridiculed and, we don't know if Buffalo can beat KC with this. You see what I'm saying? Like, just listen and see the difference in the talk when it comes to the two. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So be on the lookout for that today. You know what I'm saying? So now our attention focused towards Washington. You know what I'm saying? We get them here at the link. As far as I'm concerned, it's revenge game for us, because, you know, our quarterback go out after the first series and they was talking like they won the Super Bowl on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was a lot of talk in them streets. Like, you know what I mean? So I can't wait to get their asses up in here. You know what I mean? That's just me personally. But we're going to see. You know, we got a week to prepare and think about it. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to let the chips fall where they may. You know what I mean? One more game and we in the dance, baby. You know what I mean? One more game, we in the dance. So, good win. You know, we will correct some things. Get back to work, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.